The brothers stand side by side beneath the pounding waterfall. The stones of heaven rain down upon them. As the man predicted, the elder brother, utterly calm, stands up to the onslaught of images sent by the stones of heaven. Also, as the man had predicted, the younger brother yields to the stones of heaven and is beaten down into the basin of the waterfall. But then something happens that goes far beyond what the man predicted. Writhing in agony, the younger brother bobs helplessly in the basin, unable to rise himself. He is drowning. He tears at his own chest. His heart is failing. He was not fully prepared to enter the icy water.
Help me! Brother, please!
But the elder brother doesn't move. He remains under the waterfall in total concentration.
Hey! What are you doing there? Hurry and help him!
The man yells, but the elder brother's expression remains unchanged. He never flinches.
He's drowning! You can't just leave him like that! He'll die!
The elder brother never moves. He grits his teeth, keeps his eyes clamped shut, and shows no sign of moving out from under the waterfall, as if to declare,
"This is it. This is the final test of the stones of heaven."
The man screams at him,
"You idiot!"
and dives into the rolling basin in a rash effort to help the younger brother. For the moment his untrained body hits the frigid water, the shock of it seizes his heart. Still, he reaches out toward the drowning brother who is sinking beneath the surface. A great shudder goes through him, and with an enormous groan he takes hold of the young man's wrist and pulls his limp body toward him. He tries to return to the shore, but his strength gives out, and he falls back into the water. Next it is Kaim's turn to dive into the basin beneath the falls. He takes hold of the two unconscious men and drags them toward the shore. The stones of heaven pour down on Kaim, and he is assaulted by one vision after another. Battlefields, scenes from his wanderings, shooting stars, the climbing and sinking sun, raging winds, and countless deaths of those he has come to know on the road of his all too long life.
It will do you no good,
he silently declares to the gods hurling the stones of heaven at him.
My heart remains unmoved. I have lived through a reality far crueler than any phantom you can show me.
Whether or not it is life, his life is a sign of strength he does not know. He will not boast of it, nor will he tell the tale to others. He has, however, lived it. That much is certain. He has lived it through the years. Kaim climbs onto the shore and lays the limp bodies of the tea-house master and the younger brother beside the fire. As he warms himself, he thinks,
"The gods who hurl the stones of heaven are inferior gods. If they could truly see into everything, they would never have been foolish enough to show me scenes from my past."
For what would disturb him most of all would be the unwelcome sight of moments from his own limitless future. And if they were to ask him the simple question, "For what purpose were you born?" his knees would buckle in an instant. The first to regain consciousness is the young pilgrim. The tea-house master's condition is critical. Kaim's attempts to warm him and massage his clenched heart have little effect.
"Pull yourself together now. Look, we've got a fire here, the fire you built. Let it warm you."
Kaim shouts into his ears until the man finally manages to force his eyes open a crack and move his purple lips.
Is he all right? Sure, he's fine. Don't worry. Good. Good. Pull yourself together, man. Tell me, though, is strength the same as coldness? Never mind. Stop talking. Because if it is, if strength is coldness, I don't want any part of it.
The man gives Kaim a faint smile and closes his eyes. He will never open them again. Human beings are weak and fragile. All it takes for a person to die is for a fist-sized organ to stop beating. Human kindness, on the other hand, may derive from everyone's profound awareness of the fragility of life. Facing the tea-house master's lifeless corpse, the younger brother hangs his head and cries. This weak man, defeated by the stones of heaven, sheds heartfelt tears for the man who saved his life. His strong elder brother, meanwhile, is still being pounded by the waterfall, unfazed by the stones of heaven. Surely his strength will be recognized by the gods, and he will bring his Aztec training to perfect completion. Still, Kaim finds the tear-stained face of the younger brother beautiful in a way the stronger elder brothers can never be, and he wishes that he himself could be moved like the younger man. There was an unmatched nobility in the last smile of the tea-house master, who gave up his life to save that of a complete stranger. Kaim wishes that he, too, could experience such feelings. And what of my own face? Living through 1,000 years of life is not strength. Yet, burdened with a life he cannot lose, will Kaim ever be able to change weakness into kindness? This he cannot tell. He can only live unknowing. He can only walk on. He can only continue his journey. Kaim looks at his reflection in the basin of the waterfall. On the water's heaving surface, he sees the trembling face of a lonely wanderer.
James!